Hello there, adventurers. Today we're going to do a short hike from the campsite. You got to start out by going down this forest road to get to any of the trails here. Most of the trails on this part of the forest are shared use, as I described in my last video. That means hiking, biking, and horseback riding. They're obviously not designated for motorized use. That would be what this road here would be for. So, catch up with you down at the next site. Just a short walk down from Site 26 is Site 25. As I've mentioned, this is the Sidling Hill Division of Buchanan State Forest. This is Oregon Road. When we scouted the sites a couple years ago, we had decided against this one as opposed to Site 26, mainly because of the entrance. Not sure if it'll show up, but as you go up to the road, it's very steep. Our camper doesn't have a lot of ground clearance, and they actually fixed this here, but looks like it was still causing somebody some trouble. This was really washed out when we had scouted the site. There was a group of people camped out here on Friday night when we arrived. This site is probably a bit further back from the road than Site 26 overall. It does have a trail at the back that gives you access to the abandoned turnpike tunnel. Now, here's another washout, and as you can see, it's been fixed a little bit. They were really bad when we had scouted the sites. So we've arrived at the campsite. Beautiful blue skies and white clouds again today. So I don't believe this one had a picnic table when we scouted it either. Forest Services have been doing some updates, as everyone may have noticed. So from the site, I mean, you could go back further and you wouldn't see the road at all, but it's pretty far back and the hill steep. Come along. Okay, so this is looking back towards Site 26 and Site 25. And just over here is the abandoned turnpikes, but you can find all kinds of videos about them. My favorite YouTubers, Day Hike Dave and Mountains into Memories, have done videos there. This is Oregon Road continuing further down. But I'm going to take you on the first trail that you come to from Site 25 or 26. And that would be Duval Trail. And as you can see off to the right there is that red blaze. As I mentioned in my blaze video, these are multi-use trails. I'm sorry, shared use trails. And they aren't blazed red because you're on Duval Trail. It's blazed red because it's a shared use trail. We're going to hike down this trail here. And I'm not sure that I've really expressed this in any of my videos, but if you're on the Facebook group, you will know that one of the things we seek out is streams and ponds for fishing and swimming. We have many sites that we've camped at that have the streams right beside them. For instance, the one I was at last week in Tuscarora, the stream is part of the campsite. So as you're walking down here, this is a mountain bike trail also, bike trail. When you're up at the road, you can't really see these, but he would go for one heck of a jump on these rocks, as my son tried last night. As you can see, if I can get down here, they're pretty high up off the ground. But come along. I think you'll see that this is a great trail to find that swimming fishing hole. Here the trail intersects with Reichley Railroad. Huh, interesting. And interestingly enough, over here, there's two trails that you can see. Like I said, sometimes you can't see the trails. And that's going back towards Site 26. And this is going over towards the POW camp. I'm going to have to check the map to be sure, but I think you could take this to the POW camp, but that's not what I'm doing today. And here we found it. MUD Mud. I seen this morning, I didn't get to watch the video, but it looks like Bob and Dave were out adventuring in Moshannon State Forest, one of my favorite forests and one I'm local to. Here, we're still in Buchanan Forest, as I have said, and this trail leads down to a pretty interesting spot. I would have to say this would be a great place to make a backpacking, known as primitive camping spot. But this is the draw to this trail. The trail continues on. This is all the further I'm going. Breakfast is being made. But here's the stream. Nice stream. I could sit here for the rest of my life. And although this isn't very deep, it'd be great for cooling your feet off. If we go back here, just a little ways, you can find two deeper spots where you could probably sit down and cover your whole body. Going to be hard to see on the video. Don't concern yourself with that. I'm pretty sure that's just pollen and floating debris that can't make it under this log. But look at that. A great spot. Maybe if you were camping here at the motorized sites, pack yourself a little lunch and come down here. I mean, this is just cool. This is the stuff, you know, when I was a kid, we made forts in. Back before the local strip mines become game lands, and now you're not really allowed to do anything there but hunt, which is fine, but, you know, 'tis the American dream. All right, this is where this video will end. Give you some sounds of that stream. Hope to see you in the forest.